What's up, y'all? Every day I'm starting to understand why Caesar was tripping with them fools in the. Hold on, let me turn down my jazz. I was trying to have a little jazz in the background. See if we get copyrighted for that. But every day I understand why Caesar on Planet of Ace was sick of you humans. Y'all, look at my dog. Needless to say, we back on keto. Because this girl, she can't stop, won't stop, okay?
So, love you today, and I hope you guys are cool with this neighborhood. It's pretty much the best.
It smells like trash. It's probably me. I was working with compost most of the morning, and
So I know what y'all saying. How she get the fries? Who gave her the fries? Don't worry about that. Worry about the fact that my dog has an addiction to fast food. She don't even like fries, but she proved to me today that McDonald's is definitely putting something in their fries, because ain't no way this dog don't even like fries, and she tearing up a whole freaking huge thing of fries. What's up, y'all? We back in this thing. I went to the gym today. I woke up way before time, but it was such a nice day. I could not stay asleep any longer, so I said, forget sleep. Let's go out and see what this world is about. And yeah, I went out. I went to the gym, went to the sauna. It was decent. Just gonna let the cat out the bag, y'all. I'm about to move again. I can't do the crime. Or I'm gonna do time. You know they say if you can't do the time, you shouldn't do the crime. I'm saying I can't do the crime, or I'm gonna do time, because I'm gonna have to, stand your ground ain't worked enough for me. I'm more like stand on your front lawn, if you come in my yard, like type of thing. So I gotta move. So I'm looking at houses again. Yes. I don't know what it is, man. I love this house too, but the neighborhood is trash. The neighbors are trash. And I hate working with realtors. I hate the whole process of everything. But I just cannot live somewhere where I don't feel my property will be safe. It's bad enough dealing with the Karens and Kens in my neighborhood, but dealing with the crime, I just can't do it. I just can't. And the funniest thing is the Karens and Kens gave us, if you guys go back a couple of months, when we first moved there, they were bothering us so much about doing simple repairs on my home. Like we extended the driveway, we added a gate. Anything we did, they was on our back. And so the funniest part is, but when it comes to crimes, like my husband's truck got broken into. They were mom was the word. They were mummies. They had nothing to say. I posted in the community thing, hey, people are breaking in over in y'all nice neighborhood that y'all maintain. What's up with that? Nobody said nothing, but there were people in there doing the same, complaining like, hey, what's up with the security over here? Nobody says nothing, but God forbid if you build something over there, they'll freak out. God forbid if you want to put your car in a garage so it doesn't get broken into. They ain't gonna have that, baby. They can't. If it doesn't go with what they want, they won't have it. So needless to say, I'm looking for a new house. The funniest part is my realtor. So we already got the sign in my yard, y'all. My realtor, he said, one of your neighbors called me, and I already knew. It was this old battle axe that lived next door to me. He called to say, make sure the next people you move in know our rules over here. Like, what? But you didn't have no energy for these criminals that come through this neighborhood, but you guys want the next people to move in the house to know that you guys are full of that's their spill. It's nothing but retirees over here, and if you want to make some changes, you got to run it past the board first. Now, mind you, I moved over here under the guys, the whatever, that there was no HOA, no rules, that was in my seller's disclosure. Needless to say, that wasn't that true. I had to get a lawyer, all kind of stuff, y'all. And even that, I was willing to chill. Like, we were able to extend our driveway, do a little things, and it was annoying dealing with them, but I was able to do it. The issue is that the criminals, they don't have anything in that little HOA book about the criminals. What are they doing with that, y'all? Anybody know? Yeah, so needless to say, I'm getting up out of here. So I'll let y'all know how this house search goes. That's what I've been doing. My days have been sleepless a little bit. Besides that, and monitoring my security cameras, because my neighborhood is so great that they can't keep criminals out, but they can keep you from building. Oh my gosh, the jokes write themselves. I've seen some promising homes. Now I just got to decide what's on the other side of that promise. I got to do a lot more homework. Here are things that I'm going to teach you guys to do that I did not do. Number one, just because the person puts in no HOA, go and check the deed and make sure there's no covenants or restrictions or none of that. Because although they don't have HOA, the property could still be subject to covenant and restrictions. So check that, because sometimes even your realtor doesn't do the due diligence, and really it can come down to, you could sue, but in the end, by the time you finish paying the lawyer and all that, will it have been worth it? So make sure that, check the crime report. That is something that, and the reason I really didn't, because I kind of grew up over there, but I did not realize, and it was crazy because I moved there in July and it was quiet. There was nothing happening, but something happened over the winter in November, pretty much December, when the weather changed and stuff. We started getting all these little criminals coming over there. And so check the crime report. I should have. My crime report is a D+. So needless to say, I should have did that. I felt like I knew the area, like I said, because I had grown up over there, but clearly it's been a while since I've been over there for nights. So check the crime report, check the deeds. The deeds is free to check. Thoroughly read the seller's disclosures. If you do want to get stuff done, make sure these people are going to let you do it before you move in, so you don't have to deal with all that before you get there. Yeah, man, my husband, he never got the garage space he wanted. I did have a swimming pool, which I love that pool, man. I only swim in it probably 10 times, if that. That was the nicest thing, and that was the thing that was making me stay, because it was a pool. I finally got a house with a pool, but the pool gonna have to go bye-bye, y'all, because I can't just be thinking about myself on a floaty and maybe my vehicles are getting broken too while I'm back here floating away. You know what I'm saying? So I just can't. So that's what I've been up to, y'all. And I'm back on keto. I will definitely say my first week of Lent has been kind of a wash with my diet. I was doing pescatarian with a side of barbecue on the weekends. It just wasn't. I have to cut carbs. If I don't cut carbs, I will start craving sweets. And although I was call myself cutting sweets, when you eat any form of carb, even though I was doing pescatarian, it just makes you want to go further. You can't eat some honey wheat bread or bread and be like, I'm gonna stop there. Then you looking for the honey wheat roll, then you looking for the honey nut Cheerios, and then you're saying this got whole grain and it could be whatever, and it just goes downhill. So I'm back on keto because I got to, y'all. I have to stay healthy. Unfortunately, look at this dog eating his fries. When I eat healthy, she eats healthy. So I'm sorry. I gotta keep my dog alive. So there's that. I've been really busy that I glanced at the news, but I can tell you I really don't know what's happening in the world. So let's check it out. Let's see. Let's see what we got. News. Navy chief is charged with espionage, accused of disclosing classified documents while stationed in Norfolk, Virginia. An Arizona prosecutor refuses to extradite murder suspect to New York. Gabby Petito's family reached a deal to avoid a civil trial. That's the girl that got killed by her boyfriend. Alabama's largest hospital pauses IVF procedures after court rules that embryos are children. That's going to be dangerous and slippery slope, because if you destroy your embryos, then you could get jail time. So I don't blame them. They're going to lose a lot of money on that. A young girl dies after a tragic accident while digging a hole in the sand on the beach. See, this just really goes into my fears of the beach, and y'all know I love the beach. A young girl was buried in the sand and died Tuesday when a deep hole she was digging with a little boy collapsed on them, and both in South Florida. Emergency crews responding around 3 p.m. to Lauderdale by the Sea found the boy, who is about 8 years old, buried deep to his chest in sand, and the girl, about 7, was completely buried underneath. Where were the family? The hole was 5 to 6 feet deep when the collapse happened. Where were the parents? Rescuers used support boards to keep more sand from collapsing on the shovels. That's when the girl was dug up. She did not have a pulse. We were conducting life-saving techniques to try to bring her pulse back, and it just never did recover. She was pronounced dead at the hospital. The girl was rushed to Broward County. It wasn't immediately known whether the adult was helping the children dig a hole. Where was the parents? I'm just still confused at where was the parents. Anybody know? Crazy. A man who bought $9,000 Trump sneakers hits back at the criticism. He likes his little sneakers. A server in Michigan who got part of a $10,000 tip from a morning customer says she was fired by the restaurant just days later. Bed bugs found at 4 different Las Vegas Strip hotels in 4 months. Wonderful. A bullied transgender teen dies after alleged assault by students in Oklahoma. They pretty much bashed her head into the floor, like into the concrete. And she lived, but her mom took her to the hospital, and then the hospital had sent her home, and then she died. Sad. I don't know why they're calling her transgender. I don't know how this part of the article, because when I read it, she was still a little girl, but I don't know what happened overnight. A passenger's horror as a wing comes apart on United Airlines flight from San Francisco to Boston. Once again, now y'all got to keep these windows up and check these wings. An American Airlines traveler was restrained with duct tape after trying to open an emergency exit door mid-flight. These people on these flights are cuckoo birds. I cannot be a flight attendant. I'd be so worked up. Like, if you was bugging me about peanuts, I'd be like, I'm trying to see if somebody trying to open the door and you bugging me about peanuts. Sit down and be quiet. That's how I'd be. That's why I can do it. I can be one. Navalny's widow vows an anti-Putin fight. Navalny's mother demands his body. My Pillow guy must pay $5 million to the man who proved him wrong. He probably won't. Biden's dog is still biting people. He didn't bit 25 people. This dog has to be the president's dog. If it was anybody else's dog, he might be put down. Are y'all enjoying that smooth jazz in the background? Biden calls Putin a crazy SOB, says the chaotic JOP GOP worse than ever. Hurricane season 2024 is what you need to know. Putin looms over a third successive U.S. election, and Putin looks young. He looked like he got about 50 to 60 more years of dictatorship in him. Mary Trump says her uncle is being pushed closer to the edge. The edge of what? Exactly. There were winning Powerballs numbers drawn. Check your tickets. Alright. That was some news. Let's check a ratchet news meter. I haven't been on that in a minute. Kyle Richards reveals she and Mauricio Mansky still live together despite being separate. I'm so sick of that crap. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills crap. Kelly Rowland said, "Focus on me," as a radio host asked about Beyonce. I know that's right. Kelly's like, I am Kelly Rowland. Like, stop asking me about Beyonce. Wendy Williams' family reveals how her alcoholism has impacted them. That's what happens when you have an intervention, right? Oh, pretty quiet. Let's check another. Maybe it's a quiet doomsday. Maybe the ratchet world is just quiet world now. North Dakota woman allegedly attacked friends who confronted her over cocaine use. She looked like she would attack somebody. She's behind bars after allegedly running over several of her acquaintances who questioned her cocaine use. Well, she don't want y'all talking to her about drugs. Oh, I remember her. She was on Oprah. Her name is Hadiya Broadbent, a prominent HIV activist, has passed away. She passed away on Wednesday. Sad. She passed away in her sleep. I remember her appearing on Oprah back in the day. She was a little girl. She got AIDS from a blood transfusion. She was abandoned by her biological mother. And let's see. At the Universal Medical Center in Nevada, moments after she was born in 1984. Sadly, at just the age of 3, she was diagnosed with AIDS after a battle with a mysterious illness. Doctors were doubtful that Broadbent would live longer than just a few years. She made it a long time. She was on Oprah when she was just 11 years old. That's sad. She was only 39. I mean, she lived a full life to get that disease, and who knows, what her mother clearly had it. She was a very big advocate for AIDS, and just, rest in peace to her. She had impacted a lot while she was here. The fact that happened so long ago, we still don't have real cures, is just wild to me. Diddy is denying his gang rape allegations from a 2003 lawsuit. He asserts there's a violation of his constitutional rights. Well, check one more source and then we'll head over to Reddit territory. Mighty Duck star Sean Weiss video sparks relapse concern amongst his fans, but he says he's clean. Travis Kelce has landed in the land down under Australia to see his boo. Yeah. Steven Tyler sexual assault case has been tossed. No serious risk of injury. You got some good lawyers. Yeah, I need Steven Tyler's lawyers. I'm not even talking about Tiffany Haddish. You get on my nerves. Yeah. Let's see, y'all. Let's do the Reddits first, because I don't know what we will find on World Star today. I really don't. And I can't. Let's read some Reddit, see what we got. You're paired with 100 random humans. If you're better than all of them, something you win $1 billion. What are you doing? If I'm better than 100 random humans, what am I doing? Oh, shoot. I would say I could stay up longer than anybody. And that means, like, you got to be drug-free. No, like, stay awake pills or nothing. I could stay awake. I could probably stay awake a week straight. I could beat everybody out on that, I'm for sure. I got that. Somebody said making me orgasm. If I'm wrong, it'll be a great time. Dang. That means you have never orgasmed. That's sad. Competitive eating. I didn't realize how good I was at it until I won a burrito eating competition. Competitive eating, I mean, I can also do a human dog duo. Me and my dog can out eat a lot of dogs. So I would put us in the running for that too. Guessing numbers. I think I would be able to, better than all 100 random humans, talking about British pre-decimal penny varieties. Dropping things out of a plane at a Target. Wow. Video games. Milking cows. Folding a fitted sheet. Yeah, you're definitely better than 100 random humans at doing that. Remembering my passwords. I'm probably a faster typer than at least a random 100 people. Sitting in a black empty room with nothing but my own thoughts. I can do that. I could definitely do that. People would go crazy. Chess. Violin. Sleep. Speed puzzling. Man, you guys are good. How would you feel if someone you were dating asked you to get an STD test before having intercourse for the first time? I think everybody should do that. That should be like mandatory. Happy they take STDs seriously. Glad they're responsible. I would feel like they have at least some other stuff, at least some of their stuff together. Green flag. Relieved that they care. You are in fact supposed to do that. I think that kids should be taught that. Amongst all the sexual things they like to teach in school, that should be a requirement. What is a first date question you should ask in 2024 that you wouldn't need to ask in 2014? I mean, shoot, man. Credit, STDs, marriage, background checks. Like, the list is pretty long. I guess, do you know what pronouns are? Like, how was your time during the pandemic? How about what's your take on vaccines? I'm going to show you a picture of a dress. Just tell me what color it is. Select all images with the traffic light in them. That's one way you can tell if you're dating an AI or not. The question my girlfriend, who's a nurse, asked me on our first date: do you believe COVID is real? She wasted no time weeding out the crazy conspiracy dudes. Do you know my wife? Are you on OnlyFans? Yeah, that should be a question. Do you consider yourself an alpha male? Are you a red pill or blue pill man? Andrew Tate. Where were you on January 6th? Are you married? Yeah. Waxed or unwaxed? If you wake up and it's 2050, what are you checking first? I'm going to check and see if people are still driving old school cars and wearing old school clothes, which they constantly do. I always say you'll never know what year we're in because people still do that. And then I'm gonna check if we still have Social Security and crap, and see, like, you know, the basics. See, other people are checking. Somebody said I'll hit the snooze button a couple of times. A mirror to look at myself. Rolling over to see if my husband is still there. Man, that would suck. I guess, yeah, you check to see where your family is, because that would determine if you're just going to go back to sleep. I Googled things you wouldn't believe were considered okay to say 30 years ago. If Nintendo has discontinued any of the Switch games. Laws. My pulse, I'll be 93. My phone. Yeah, you need to see if you have Neuralink implants or something. What is the best street advice you can give? I don't know. If a random guy says, hey man, you want to see something? You don't. Yeah. Don't go in any dark alleys with somebody. Don't accept any dates from women walking on the street either. I had a dude try to stop me on my bike only to ask me if I want to play a game. Absolutely not. It's not worth getting into altercation if you can help it. You might be bringing fists to a knife or a gunfight. Try not to look lost. Mind your business. Keep walking. Yeah, don't be walking around like you ain't supposed to be there. Do not engage with crazy people. That means don't talk to anybody, right? Be on alert if asked for innocent things like telling someone the time. There are 100 tricks you've never heard of. Never look lost. Always trust your instincts and be aware of your surroundings. Yeah, if you're going on a walk, especially if you're by yourself and it's a city that you've never been in, definitely map yourself before you go. Alright, let's see what crazy videos is on here today, y'all. I'm almost scared. This woman said, women should not have to work. I don't know what world she living in. I don't need to play that video. We already know. So this lady had been going viral on Who Did She Marry? Her stuff is 9 minutes long. We'll see how much I'll play before I get tired of it.
Please excuse the hair, but here is part 1 of Who the Fuck Did I Marry? So I met my ex-husband around March 4th of 2020. We met on Facebook dating site, and we also matched on Hinge. I did not realize that he was on both under 2 different names. So one was his actual name, and the other one was a variation, like a nickname that he called himself. Different pictures. So it was a running joke between us. Oh, you ain't even recognize that you had matched with me on Hinge. No, I didn't. And also that should have been a red flag. By the way, you will notice in this story, I called it the United Nations of red flags. It is so many red flags that, I mean, you would have thought I was colorblind because I ignored all of them. So, anyway, back to the story. We met around March 4th. We exchanged phone numbers. He called me and we talked on the phone for the first time. In the first phone call, he told me that he had just moved to Georgia from California, from San Diego. His job had transferred him because he was being transferred in as the new regional manager for a major condiment company that is based here in Georgia. I'm not going to say the name. And so we also talked about his childhood. He told me he grew up in Philly. He's from Philly. Both of his parents were deceased. This is the first phone call. Both of his parents were deceased. His father was a Philadelphia police officer. His mom was a teacher. He also told me he briefly lived in Augusta with his family. He had 2 brothers and 2 sisters. He also had 2 half-brothers on his dad's side. First phone call. So I'm just giving you guys the backstory. This was the first phone call we had. So we talked about family. We talked about friends. We talked about our jobs. At the time, I was working at Georgia State Patrol. And he knew this, and he just thought that was like, wow, you know, so you work with troopers all day. Yes, I did. Also in that phone call, he explained to me that he used to play football. He explained that he used to play arena football. I know nothing about arena football. I know about NFL, I know about college, go Dogs, but I don't know anything about arena football. So he explained to me that he used to play arena football. He used to work at Apple in the off season of arena football. And I remember thinking on that phone call, oh, okay, you know, like, good for you. I don't know anything about arena football, and I believe I did tell him that I don't know anything about arena football. That'll come into play later on. So he told me, you know, I just moved here. My job is paying for my housing, and they're helping me to look for a house. He was like, right now I'm in Gwinnett County, but I'm trying to look for a house, ideally in Atlanta, like Brookhaven, Sandy Springs. He was like, I really would like to move out there. And so I thought, you know, that's great. You know, you're looking to get a house. You just moved here. He was like, I don't really know too many people here because I spend all my time at work, and, you know, this job is really demanding. So that was our first phone call. We talked more. He talked a lot, which took me by surprise because I'm not really used to men talking more than me. He eventually asked me out on a date. Our first date was set for Saturday, March 7th, 2020. He asked me what was my favorite restaurant. I said Cheesecake Factory. And so we agreed to go out at the Cheesecake Factory in a location that was in between. I lived in Clayton County at the time. He lived in Gwinnett County. I realized that if you don't know anything about Metro Atlanta, that makes no sense. But basically, we lived about 45 minutes apart. So we agreed to meet at the Cheesecake Factory over at Perimeter Mall, which is in an area, Sandy Springs, Dunwoody area. I was excited. Like, I called my friends and was like, I got a date, blah, blah, blah. We'll see how it goes. First conversation was good. Hopefully he looks like his pictures, because, that's always an issue with online dating. Hopefully he looks like his pictures. So on my way to our date, I took 285, and literally right before I got to Boulder Crest, the exit for Boulder Crest, I heard a boom, and I lost control of my car. Thank God that not thank God, but I knew what to do. So I did not crash, but my tire blew out. So I called him and I said, hey, I'm so sorry, but my tire just blew on 285. I'm slowly making my way off the exit. I believe I pulled into a Chevron gas station, and I said, I got to get this fixed. I don't know what to do. Like, I'm a damsel in distress kind of thing. He kind of paused. He got quiet, and he was like, tell me exactly where you are. Drop your pin. So I dropped the pin, and he came to the gas station. Came to the gas station, got out the car, and I was so relieved that he actually looked like his pictures that I was like, oh my God, he's actually attractive. Because he's like 6'4", 6'5". Also, man, I apologize. So let me go back to the first conversation. Let me add something. He did tell me in the first phone call that he was divorced, and that his ex-wife, she had 2 children, a boy and a girl, who were teenagers, young adults. I think the girl was about 20. And he said that he had a very close relationship with his stepkids, but that he and his ex-wife had divorced because she cheated on him out in California. And so coming to Georgia was a new beginning for him. She was still out in California. The kids were still out in California. And so, he was like, I can't stand her, but I still want to be in the kids' lives. I have to put that in there because that will come back later. So this is just setting the stage. Again, that first conversation we talked about family, job, friends, how he ended up in Georgia, me being in Georgia, the things that, I would think people talk about in the first conversation. All right, now back to the tire blew out. So he shows up to the gas station. He changes my tire, which I just thought was the sexiest thing in the world. And then he proceeds to say, hey, I found a tire place around the corner. You need to get another tire. Like, you can't drive on this donut. So he followed me to the tire place, and then helped me get a tire, paid for it. So I was definitely like, wow. And so the vibe was good. So anyway, I get the tire fixed. We follow each other to the Cheesecake Factory over in Perimeter. We hold hands walking into the Cheesecake Factory. So in my mind, I'm like, oh my God, I had butterflies. That's the look of a woman who had butterflies. So I had butterflies. And we go in, there's a long wait, and so we sit outside and we just talk. And the conversation's great. And this is where he tells me what it is he's looking for. He tells me, I believe at the time he was 42. He was like, I want to get married and it be for real. He's like, my parents were married 40 plus years before my mom passed away. And I want that. I want marriage, family, a house. Like, that is what I want. He's like, I'm as a man, I'm ready to get married, but I want it to be for real, because the first time, it really hurt me when she cheated on me. So he's telling me everything that I wanted to hear. And so he was like, what is it that you want? And I said pretty much the same thing. I was like, I'm ready to get married. Definitely want to have a family. And I want to marry my best friend. So we both put on the table that we wanted marriage. And this is the end of part 1.
Okay. I guess y'all find out next time. It was some crazy stuff, but I don't know. Let me see what else. Could be a slow everyday day. Chick catches her boyfriend cheating inside of a steakhouse in Atlanta. I'm always up for a good cheating story.
Oh, he's cheating. He's cheating.
They destroyed the whole restaurant over that mess. Dude asked couple if they cheat, and her answer left boyfriend speechless. Nah. The little dude that was talking mess on El Chapo apologizes to the Mexican cartel. He was really stupid. This mom's late night drop off at a 24-hour daycare raises eyebrows. Listen, at least she taking her to daycare and she ain't leaving her at home.
Alright, so just a short video of me dropping my kid off at the 24-hour daycare at like 10 p.m.
Do you know about what time you'll be picking up?
I'm not sure. Probably like in an hour or two.
Right at 12.
Okay. She won't be here that long. Now, they advertise that they be open 24 hours, but they actually don't. They be open until like 12, and it's fine, because I literally picked her up at 11:55 after telling him she won't be here that long. But it was cool, because there was like 20 other kids there, and they had like a glow-in-the-dark party. So it's a win for both of us. I get a break from her, and she actually enjoys going.
They used to have a thing like that here at the casinos where you could take your kids and they can have fun. And listen, if you ain't, long as you ain't leaving your kids at home, I say let her do it. That is so much better than leaving your kids at home. Honestly, y'all, it's really a quiet day on this. This Amazon van got split in half for crossing a railroad. The dude really tried it. Homeless couple says they're too smart to get a job. Claims they're self-made. Yeah, if they on TikTok making money, shoot.
Get a job and everything will be okay. Yes, that's what my mom and dad would say. Job, 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 job. We want to make a video on how we too smart for that. We too smart for that. Homeless and smart. We too smart for that shit. Job, man, get the fuck out of here. Y'all getting me crazy. Y'all driving me crazy with that J-O-B stuff. You know my family hit me up and said, I'm a punk. I need to get a job. Man, fuck all that. Job, dog. Talking about a job. I'm not getting no job. I've had jobs in the past, and them jobs, I've got fired at like 90% of those jobs. That's not for me. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm self-made. So is she. And we not going to college. We not doing none of that. Yo, we not doing that. Unconventional. We getting money our way. Self-made. What don't y'all get? We not getting a job. I've had a job, and I got fired from my job to do this. I was working at a job, so y'all can get out of here with that. Y'all can talk about some get a job. I had a job. I hate working at jobs, but I worked a job because that's what I had to do. Bite the bullet to get ahead.
Almost 40% of
The problem with these young people is they don't understand that we hate working too. That's what they don't get. I guess that's why we'll always be working. But yeah, y'all. I'm gonna wrap this up while it's still safe. Yeah, we all gotta work. We all got responsibilities. It's just life. I think the young people feel like they unlock some trick code that says we should just stand up and fight the power. Okay, you guys let me know how that goes. I mean, y'all, they like getting on the internet begging for money. People keep giving it to them, so if that's their gimmick, they like it. I love it. You guys, we'll be back tomorrow. Y'all stay safe. Pray that I find a new great place to live, and then I'll stay safe until I get to that point. And I'll be praying for you guys too. You know. Bezos know Jeff. Jeff know Bezos. Earth is Ghetto is out.